Hey guys, today we're gonna go over a inbounds play, baseline out of bounds play. Pretty simple, but kind of effective, kind of different. I've gotten a lot of compliments from other coaches on it, so I wanted to share that with you. Before I wanted to get into that, I wanted to thank you guys. For those of you guys who are watching, for those of you guys who are commenting, not that I'm necessarily doing that for the comments and likes. I appreciate the positive feedback that I'm getting. Apparently, a lot of you guys are on the same boat as I have been for the past decade or so. So I appreciate the positive feedback, and I'm glad that we're able to share content with each other. Most of the experiences that I've had, I'm sure as you guys have as well, is having to coach girls who have little to no experience whatsoever. Maybe they're athletes, but they don't necessarily have experience. So you're having to do a lot of extra coaching, and or the real coaching side of you is having to come out, which is what has favored me. Coaching elementary basketball for 16 years, my coaching skills really had to develop. And now that I'm in the varsity level at the 6A, basically the highest conference in the state, it's serving me well. So I know what it feels like to coach girls who have never played before. And all basically that I've learned, I've had to teach myself. I've never really had somebody to follow. I was never an assistant coach, so I was always figuring it out on my own on the fly. So a lot of the content that I have and that I'm showing you guys is stuff that I've either created or come up with on my own, or just video of things that I have from my teams. And hopefully I want to get more content out to you guys. I know a lot of you guys are asking about how we practice certain things. I haven't had the need in the past to film or videotape practice, but I plan on doing that here going forward as soon as hopefully the season gets started here pretty soon, but so that I can videotape and show you guys examples of how we practice certain things and how we get the girls who don't know anything to teaching them something and having them be effective, efficient basketball players. So I appreciate you guys' feedback and comments, but yeah, I'm just here to share content with you guys, and if you guys like it, great. If you don't, that's not your cup of tea, then that's fine too. So anyhow, I just wanted to say thank you guys. I'll go ahead and set up this inbounds play for you guys here. Okay, so here's the setup. I have the setup, as you can see, we're inbounding the ball from our own baseline out of bounds. We're going against a 2-3 zone. Sometimes it can be hard to call. You don't have enough time to see if the other team is set up in a 2-3 zone. So this is why I like to set up in pretty much this setup every single way. So regardless of whether the other team's in a zone or a man, you can pretty much just call a different play. So I like having the girls set up the same way every time. But in this one, it's against a zone. I personally prefer to have my 3 as an inbounder, so my 4 and 5s can do their things while at the same point having people focus on my 1s and 2s. So you can see the way that they're set up. They're stacked 2 and 2. You have my 3 that's inbounding the ball. You have my 1 up in front, then the 4, and then 2 and 5 in the back. And they're specifically set up in that order for a reason. So here's the setup right there. And again, this is against a 2-3 zone. They're all going to break. So the 1 and 2s are going to break out to the right. As looking at this picture, they're going to break out to the right. Okay. The 4 probably has the most vital job, and she's going to screen the girl underneath the basket in the middle. That's important. That screen has got to be set. So basically what I have my girls do is I have my girls set a screen and then turn their butts into them as if to post up. Even though they're not really posting up, they're just screening the girl and then turning their butts into them to kind of move them a little way. So you're kind of getting away with an extra screen by screening them and then turning into them as if you're kind of quote unquote posting up, even though you're not really posting up. So my 1s and 2s go out to the right, and then my 5 is going to be the one scoring. She's going to come right down the middle, right at the 3 to the ball and score a layup. Okay, so you're going to see it here. Let me see here. We're going to set it up here like this. Okay, so you got my girls set up. You can see right there they got the 3 inbounds, the 1 and the 4, and then the 2 and the 5 in the back. Now you can see the black jerseys are set up in a 2-3 zone. Okay, we yell break, and they break. Okay, now the bottom girl on the zone defense has to go out to defend the girl on the baseline out at the 3-point line, right? Okay, good. So she's got to go out there. She's doing that. And then I got girls coming out the high side. This high defender has to go out and defend against over here on that side. Then I'm going to have my 5, and she's going to come right down the middle and score a layup. I've actually had a couple coaches ask me after a game about how this worked and how we were able to do this. And like I said, you can see the 4 right there where she's at. So the second girl standing, number 40 right there, she's going to screen this girl underneath the basket. So she's going to screen her, look at that, screen her, and look at that, turn her butt out as if she's trying to post up. And technically speaking, you could give her the ball if you wanted to, but look at that, that's an excellent screen. So she's screening her, turning her butt to her, and then here comes the 5 down the lane, okay? Now, technically speaking, if you look at the girl who's screening the middle girl right there, number 40, she's screening her, and then she's kind of posting up like this. If you are posting up and asking for the ball, you're allowed to back this girl up. You see how she's doing that? You're allowed to do that. So quote unquote, we're kind of bending the rules, so to speak, because you don't want to face her and then move her, because obviously that's a moving screen. So you screen her and turn your back to her, and then you back her up out of the way. Well, then we're doing something different. Now we're posting up, quote unquote, which frees up the lane down for the middle to come up, okay? Now let's say for whatever instance, this girl down here on the bottom, she doesn't leave her spot. She doesn't go out there to go to the 3-point line on the baseline. Well, then that's an open option right there, okay? Another one that I've also done is where you don't, right here, let's say, look at that space right there in front of the inbounder. What we would do is we would inbound it on the baseline over here, and then we would just give it right, the inbounder would step right in bounds, and she'd have a layup or a jump shot right there. So the most important part is the girl down here in the middle gets screened. And obviously you can see that this defender over here, she's basically rendered useless. So essentially we're over here playing 5 against 4 defenders, because that defender on that far side over there, she's useless. She's not doing anything. Like this, she's not helping her team at all. She's totally on the other side. We've obviously put all 5 white jerseys on this side of the floor. This defender right here on the high side, she could possibly cheat in. That's normally what happens at the higher levels. This right here is a JV level, high school JV level, which definitely can, this play can definitely be efficient. But if they start to figure out this one, then you'll have options on the perimeter. So again, pretty easy stuff. Got lots of compliments on it. Just figured I would share it with you guys. So, all right. Good luck to you, Coach. Thanks.